Hi guys, and welcome back to an RACQ Wello break. A chance for you just to take 5 minutes out of your day, have a break from the routine and do something a little bit different. Let's exercise the right hand side of our brain, that creative space that we don't get enough time during the day to exercise. We're going to do a little doodle. It's not going to take long. I'm just using a post-it note and a roller pen or whatever you have on your desk. It could be a biro. We're going to start off by, in this bottom right hand corner, kind of putting in a rectangle shape. I've kind of got curved edges. It's not a perfect rectangle. It's a little bit smaller at the top than it is at the bottom. I'm going to do a little curve and then a straight down. A little curve and straight down. This is a little person. He's going to be in his dressing gown. So I'm going to draw his slippers. And that's his one slipper. Kind of like a little flappy slippers, you know, those kind of ones where you just have over the top of your feet. So there is mule slippers. This is going to be his dressing gown. So we're just going to put in an arm here and an arm here. We might make it look like his hand is just there. And the collar of his dressing gown. Now, to make it more like a dressing gown, I'm going to give it a bit of a crisscross pattern, like an old-fashioned dressing gown that you would see on the movies. So I'm just going to colour these in, alternate sort of checkerboard, just with a squiggle. It's a bit like the Snowman movie, that kind of look. All right, so that's it. And we'll colour that one in. Okie dokie. So we've got the start of our little chap. We're now going to put his head on. And we're going to create a kind of heart shape. Well, it's sort of like a heart shape. If you start by creating a split in his hair, and just using texture, start going round until it goes to the back of the head. So I say it's sort of like a heart shape, but it's easier than drawing a little head shape. Then pop a little ear in there, a little ear in there. And I'm just going to put the side of the face in. So this is our little boy. Could have it a bit more messy. He's just got out of bed. And he's looking outside his window. So I want to draw the window in. So I'm going to put the window, the bottom of the window here. It's just a straight edge. And the cross part of the window right up through here. So a nice vertical line. It's been a funny old year, hasn't it? We've all been stuck inside in isolation, the kids and us, our families. A lot of my family's still in the UK, so they're still pretty much lots and lots and lots of different things happening in the UK. I'm going to make this a fancy window, so I'm going to have another kind of wood strut in the top of that window, and then like extra panes, almost like it's a fancy window. So maybe we're in the front room or the drawing room. Let's put in some nice long drapes. Drapes is a fancy word for curtains. But you always have drapes in big posh houses, don't you? You don't have curtain, you have a big posh drape. It's got a tie back, this one. Must be nice, big red velvet is what I'm thinking. Some big heavy curtain. And the little chap is just stood. I'm going to just put in a bit of fluffy carpet right along the bottom. So he stood on the carpet looking out at the window. Maybe this is how you've been feeling. Stuck at home. You're working at home. I know my home office is actually up on the landing. We're in a townhouse, and our garage has been given over to kind of gym stroke kids room. So the landing space, which is actually one of those large areas with a second TV, is where we've got our office, but it doesn't have a window. So often you're sat there dreaming of what is outside the window. You know, if you haven't been able to go on holiday this year, certainly overseas has been a no-no. We were supposed to go to Sri Lanka and that got cancelled. I don't know where you might have been going. But you know, you might be able to manage to get away in your state in Queensland. We had a lovely little holiday down to the Gold Coast in the school holidays, and we're going to go up to Carnarvon Gorge in January. So at least we're going to get out of Brisbane, give the kids some fresh air and do some exploring. But sometimes when we feel in this state and we're sat inside looking out, we can use our imagination. We can take our mind somewhere else. We can do it with music. We can do it with food. I had a dinner party on Saturday and the whole food was themed Cornish. It was a Cornish cream tea based on where I'm from in England. But you know, it's Halloween. Maybe you want to make this Halloween what's through here. But I'm going to dream of where I want to be. So I've got my rolling hills. I've got little stone hedges. You might want to do a desert island. You might want, maybe you were supposed to go on a cruise this year, or just you want to go on a rocket ship. Just get out and see something different. So these are my little hedges. In the background, I'm going to put the sea in. So this is me, or not me, maybe it's one of my little children, and we're looking out. And this is the view of Cornwall. This is where we were supposed to go for a wedding. We're going to go to Sri Lanka, meet all the family. And so there's a little bit of me that's just feeling a little bit homesick at the moment. And I'm sure we're all feeling the same. We've got family stuck in Victoria, or maybe they're in Tasmania and not being able to get out. Well, through our art, we can express that. We can make our mind go somewhere else. Just a quick doodle, a few lines. So you could have followed me there and draw the windowsill, but then you can draw whatever you want in the background, whatever. You could be at Byron Bay and put a whale in here, whale watching. I'm from Cornwall. My dad was a farmer, so this is what I remember. Cornish tin mine, the beach, couple of cows or sheep in the paddock, Cornish hedges, rolling hills, and you know, that's where I'd like to be. So go ahead, guys. Take yourself 5 minutes. Take your mind somewhere else. You could do it with words. You could write down memories. You could do it with words and pictures. And then just pop that post-it up on your desk and it's there. It's a positive memory in a time when we're feeling a little bit isolated. Join me next time when we do another RACQ Wello Break.